right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, 3 children shot in the past 3 days.
Nobody likes to tell a parent that their child is no longer here.
A local doctor's passionate plea to parents and criminals. Plus tonight, as school gears up, one district budget goes down. The chance for staffing and academic cuts.
And our top story tonight, showers and storms are on the way out right now. Where tonight's storms were intense and why the metro area did not see severe weather.
A live look tonight at St. Louis and in St. Charles, where clouds remain, but the heavy rain has stopped. Good evening. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. We're no longer under a weather alert tonight, so let's get straight over to Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell for the latest and what's ahead.
Well, and some of us would say, where was the heavy rain? We didn't see much of that around the metro. There were pockets where the rain was a bit heavier, but for a lot of us, very limited rainfall. Lambert only had a couple of hundredths of an inch. Right now, pretty quiet around the metro area. Still a lot of clouds, though. Still kind of murky, but the rain has pretty much moved on. We have some ground clutter on the radar, but the showers that were east and southeast of St. Louis, they've tended to fade. Where the storms are intense, down here towards Paragould, in Jonesboro, in Arkansas, and down towards the Boot Heel. Those are impressive thunderstorms right now. Very intense winds. And there's been a history of some wind damage in southern portions of Missouri with those storms. That's where your tornado watch is. Those are the areas that were unstable. Those are also the areas that actually have some pretty intense winds aloft this evening. And we knew we would have a struggle with that in St. Louis. So the clouds are lingering overnight, slow clearing tomorrow, and much of the weekend is dry. We'll break it down a little bit further in just a moment, Mike.
Developing now, Chippewa near the River des Peres is closed after the road buckled due to a water main break. Tonight, city water crews are on the scene working to fix the 12-inch main. They're expected to work throughout the night. Officials tell us nearby businesses are without water, but no boil order has been issued.
Tonight, a St. Louis doctor is on a mission to get parents to secure their firearms and for criminals to put the guns down. It comes after 3 children were shot in our area in just the last 3 days. New tonight, our Brent Solomon is just back from talking with that pediatrician. Brent?
And she works in the emergency room and sees the tragedies no one wants to see. Tonight, a 9-year-old is lucky to be alive after being shot in the arm today. It follows days of shootings where the childhood victims didn't make it.
Like that, I lost my mama to gun violence. Mama shot in her head in front of me and my little brother.
It's why Doriana Jefferson holds her 6-month-old son Kingston tight night after night. She doesn't keep a gun at home.
He's 6 months. Sooner or later, he's gonna be crawling and walking. He already getting into everything. I can't even think about it being him.
In the past 3 days, 3 children impacted by gun violence. Wednesday, 9-year-old Jason Williams struck in the arm while inside his home in Glasgow Village.
I just heard all gunshots, like pow, pow, like fireworks. They shot like 17 times, but for no reason. My daughter haven't did nothing to no one. Nobody. We don't even know why somebody would even come out here and shoot our house up.
He survived. This week, a 7-year-old boy in Berkeley and a 5-year-old girl in Belleville did not. Police say the 7-year-old shot himself when he found a loaded gun after being left alone in his grandfather's truck.
Children are tricky and they get into everything, and so just keeping a gun hidden is not an effective way. So a gun should always have a lock on it and then kept separately from the ammunition itself.
Dr. Megan Rainey of Cardinal Glennon sees too many young victims in the ER. She's urging parents to get a gun lock. Her hospital gives them away for free.
14% of the gunshot wounds that we see are unintentional, and then 50% of those that were seen in 2022 were under the age of 5.
It's just sad for somebody to lose an innocent child to something that had nothing to do with them.
Those gun locks are available in the waiting room at SSM Health's emergency rooms and pediatric clinics. Officials are also starting to deliver them to area fire stations for people who may not be able to get to the hospital.
Tonight, some parents in the Fox C6 school district are worried after voters shot down a proposed tax levy increase. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski is live tonight at Fox High School, and parents she talked to say the tax hike was necessary to keep the district going. Laura.
Yes, they feel it was, Mike, and this tax increase would have been the first one for this school district in nearly 20 years, but only 18% of voters showed up to have a say in it. Parents in the Fox C6 school district say their kids are heading into yet another school year with inadequate funding for teachers and so much more.
We had to let a lot of educators go last year. I think that we'll probably have to let more educators go.
The proposed increase would have raised taxes by about $1 per $100 of assessed property value.
I think I was looking at like $400 or $500 more a year in real estate taxes, and I'm a single mom. And yeah, it crossed my mind, but to me it was worth it.
But to others, it wasn't. An organization called the Jeffco Patriots posted on their website urging voters to say no because they claim the school district is overspending and student enrollment is down. No one from the organization responded to our request for comment. The school district superintendent responded with a statement thanking parents and the community for their support, saying, quote, while over 34% of our community supported Prop I, our community has spoken and we respect their voice.
And we've had a lot of things that have been deferred, a lot of deferred maintenance that's still even beyond what we see today in some of the updates.
Parent and graduate of the district, Gina Presley, says they're now going to have even more fundraisers to keep things going and wants the community to get involved.
Our students today, they'll become the next doctors of tomorrow, the next lawyers, the next teachers. The list can go on and on and on and on. And if we are not focused on developing them to want to come back like I did to our community, then our community will not be thriving.
The next school board meeting is August 15th at 7 p.m. at Rickman Auditorium. And some parents are hoping for discussions about a proposition going on another ballot with more expected voter turnout. Reporting live in Jefferson County, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
Tonight, President Biden says he supports a Senate amendment to expand federal help to people sickened by radiation caused by the Manhattan Project. The president made the comments while in New Mexico today. That's where the nuclear bomb was tested during World War II. Radioactive material from the project was developed and dumped here in the St. Louis region. Last month, the U.S. Senate passed Missouri Senator Josh Hawley's amendment to the National Defense Authorization Act. It still needs approval from the House.
Today marks 9 years since Michael Brown was shot and killed by a police officer. The teen's death led to days of protests in Ferguson and across the country. And today, family, friends, and community members gathered for a moment of silence on Canfield Drive, where the shooting happened. Tonight, the Michael Brown Sr. Chosen for Change organization honored exceptional black educators and students. The second annual Black Ball fundraiser and awards gala was held at the Ritz-Carlton. Brown's father started the organization to empower positive change in the community.
By me having a voice and continue to fight for him in his name, well, our name, you know, it has a lot of more, you know, meaning.
2 scholarships were awarded tonight, one in Michael Brown Jr.'s name, the other in honor of Alexandra Bell. She was the student killed in a school shooting at Central Visual and Performing Arts High School last year.
Tonight, Boeing's nearly $2 billion investment in the region is a step closer to reality. Today, the St. Louis Lambert Airport Commission approved the plan allowing the aerospace giant to expand its operations onto 154 acres of airport property. The expansion would create 500 new jobs, and Bowie's seeking tax breaks from St. Louis County. The plan also needs approval from the city of St. Louis. Summer break is almost over, hard to believe. Kids will soon be heading back to class.
With inflation slowing down, some experts predict record-breaking back-to-school spending. New tonight, our Michelle Lee is helping make ends meet with some back-to-school savings.
New school year, new expenses, and parents like Brandy Graham are shelling out more cash to send their kids back to class.
I think the lists get longer and longer every year, but we go to public schools, so it's worth every penny.
According to a new Retail Me Not survey, the average American household will spend $1,498 on back-to-school supplies, electronics, and clothes. That's $251 more than last year's spending average. Just like with everything else that costs more, experts say parents can blame inflation. Jessica Allen is from the website Living Well, Spending Less.
It adds up so fast. It's kind of like Christmas. We're buying 100 different things from 100 different vendors, and it's so easy to lose track.
So the big question, what can you do to save money and avoid a back-to-school spending hangover?
Crayons.
Yes.
Large crayons?
Yes.
Alan has 5 tips on how parents can save. 1, take inventory of what you already have and then decide what you really need right now and put the rest on a wish list. 2, set a budget.
We spend under $100. I think the best thing is we shop at Walmart. And we feel like they do a great job with great prices.
You can also get your kids involved.
The easiest way to do this is to give them the cash. This is a life skill. The budgeting is a life skill, and actually paying for items at the counter and interacting with the service staff.
3, buy in bulk. Brandy's a mother of 3.
Each girl needs 4 Elmer glues, so we're getting the 12-pack. And hopefully we can save money that way. But going back to school shopping was one of my favorite memories growing up. So it's kind of like an event for us, and so we budget for that.
Only 1 child to buy for? Split the cost with other parents, neighbors, or friends. 4, stretch those electronics a bit longer instead of splurging on new ones.
Look into items that you can swap or pass down. Is there a graduated senior who no longer needs that graphing calculator?
And finally, wait for the shopping rush to pass.
Wait until your children get into their classes and see what the teacher is actually asking for.
That's one tip where experts and the Grahams disagree.
Again, we buy before because it is literally the most fun. We look forward to the day, and the girls get excited and woke up this morning and said, today's back to school shopping. So for us, it's a family event.
While you're shopping for school supplies, don't forget teachers. Many retailers like Walmart offer classroom registries for teachers because, as we know, many teachers are spending out of their own pockets. Back to you.
And we have a whole section at KSTK.com dedicated to back to school, from savings on supplies to getting your kids back on a school schedule. Just text the word school to 314-425-5355.